Hi, everybody. I am so excited that we're getting ready to go to the Northeast Regional Honors Conference at the end of March, early April. And I've pulled together all of the travel logistics for you. And you've just gotten an email from me with this document that you're seeing on your screen now attached. And instead of having an info meeting that requires all of us to be available at the exact same time of the week, which is very hard to do, I figured that I would just make a video and tell you about each of these items. And then if you have any questions, you can just email me. So the conference is scheduled for Thursday, March 30th through Sunday, April 2nd. We're going to leave on the morning of Thursday, March 30th from Westfield State University campus. I'm asking that you meet me at Mod Hall at 9 a.m. Because we're going to be taking one of those 15-seater vans just to Framingham. But I want to make sure that we can get everyone loaded up and including all the luggage into the van so that we're like hitting the road at 9:30. So I'll be driving the university van. Yikes. I mean, I've driven one before and it was fine. In fact, I actually drove one all the way to Washington, D.C. and back. So I have a good track record. But we're going to drive the van to Framingham where we're going to catch the Logan Express. This is going to be so much easier instead of trying to park the van in a parking garage or drive the van even in Boston. I just want to avoid that completely. So we're going to go to the Logan Express in Framingham. It's a big outdoor parking lot. We're going to park the van there, and then we're going to catch the Logan Express, which is a bus. So I'm anticipating that the Logan Express leaves every 30 minutes. So I'm going to try to get us on the 11:30 Logan Express bus. This bus takes about 30 minutes to get to the airport, which should get us to the airport around noon for us to check in. So we're taking a direct flight from Boston Logan to Pittsburgh International. Our flight is Delta 5657. So you can give this information to your champions and family who might want to know, where you're going to be. It's a 2-hour flight. And I was not able to pick the seats, so I think we're pretty much spread throughout the cabin. For this flight, it's 2 hours. There's no in between stops, so fairly short, but you should bring snacks, any homework you have, a book to read, other quiet activities. Definitely want to bring your like AirPods or earphones, a pillow and a blanket if you want to like catch some Z's on the plane. I think that we'll have enough time since we're checking in at noon that you'll have an opportunity to purchase food in the airport to eat for lunch, either in the airport or on the plane. But this will be at your own expense. So once we land, and I'm hoping, my hope is that we can all pack so that we're just bringing a carry-on item and a personal item. So that would be like a small roller suitcase or a small duffel bag plus a backpack or plus a laptop bag or plus a large purse. Okay. So 2 items for everybody. But we're not going to check anything. I think everything should just be carry on so that we keep it right with us. So that'll mean that we hopefully get in on time around 4:10, and by 4:30 we're going to use Lyft or Uber to get to the hotel. I think because there's 9 of us total. We'll probably need, and luggage, we'll probably need 3 different Lyfts or 3 different Ubers. So I'll use my app for one, but I will need 2 other students who have either the Lyft or the Uber app who are willing to use the app to get a car from the airport to our hotel, and then we are able to reimburse you for that expense. So then we'll check into the hotel. All of these times are like estimates if everything's running on time, maybe around 5 p.m. Students, you guys are going to be in 3 rooms. I've split you up so that it's Katie, Brianna, and Haley in one room, Samantha and Kate in another room, and then Abdullah, Dan, and Makai in a 3rd room. You should be able to all get keys, and we may be able to request a cot if there are 3 people to a room, because there are 2 full beds. We can see what we can do about cots. Sometimes they're available, sometimes they're not. So we're gonna check in, and then I thought for dinner that night, if we just go right across the river to a place called Market Square. It's like this big open air space where there's a whole bunch of like chain restaurant type things, like McDonald's, Chipotle, Bruegger's Bagels, like all that kind of stuff. And so if we all went there together, either through public transportation or walking, then everyone could get what they wanted to eat. Again, this is at your own expense this night, but something quick and easy, because the goal is to get back to hotel for the first event of the conference, which is an author talk with Brian Broom, which I'm really excited about, and I expect everyone to be at. So that night after the author talk, there is a student event. This night they're doing a trivia night. This event is completely optional to you. It's your choice how you use this time. If you want to go to the event, if you want to do something else, I just ask that we use the buddy system and stay with someone from Westfield and be smart and safe. Okay, so we're gonna wake up on Friday morning, and Friday is our City is Text Day. So we'll all go downstairs in the hotel to get like kind of an orientation opening about the city from Dr. Tom Morton. And then we'll be released to do our own thing and have your own adventure. I've listed here the different strands. These are just suggestions for like different neighborhoods in the city that you might want to visit and what the flavor of that neighborhood might be like. You can completely make your own day. I do suggest that you make plans in advance, because otherwise you're going to spend a lot of time the day of trying to figure out where you want to go, how you're going to get there, what it's going to cost. And that just eats up the hours of your day. You only have really from like 10 to 3. So I suggest making plans in advance. There's lots of options. Lunch is whatever you choose to do that day, completely on your own expense. So make a plan with the people that you're going to spend the time with that day. I have made a plan because this is who I am and this is how I travel. So I have 4 stops along my plan. I'm going to go straight from the hotel to the Andy Warhol Museum. This is like 7 floors. What I read is that you can spend anywhere from an hour to 4 hours there. I'll probably aim for somewhere in between, like 2 to 2.5 hours there, and then head from the museum to lunch. The Andy Warhol Museum does have, I did see they have $13 student tickets, but tickets, you have to actually have an entrance time for the museum, like a reserved time. So if you do want to join me, let me know so I can just get tickets in bulk, and then you can Venmo me or something that might be easiest. I'm probably going to aim for like a 10:30 arrival at the Andy Warhol Museum. From there, we're going to go to lunch at the Southern Tier Brewery. Pittsburgh is known for its beer. This is actually beer that you can get in the region in Western Massachusetts that I've had before. That's pretty good. And so I'm interested in visiting their brewery. They do have like a full menu there. So it's also like a gastropub, burgers, sandwiches, salads, soups, that kind of stuff. So I'm going to stop for lunch. And then after lunch, go for a nice little walk in Point State Park. There's a huge fountain there right at where the crisscross of the river is. That's like kind of a really emblematic landmark of Pittsburgh that I thought I would love to see and go visit. And then after that, I'm going to make my way back over to the August Wilson African American Cultural Center, because one of our professors at Westfield State University, Dr. Ime, in the art department, has an exhibit called The Hope of Radiance that is showing right now at this center in Pittsburgh. And I thought, wow, I'm in Pittsburgh. I would be remiss to not see my colleague's work, and he's an incredible artist. But that doesn't open till 3 p.m. So that's why I'm capping it off at the end of my day. You are all completely welcome to join me on my day. You also can come do your own thing. And don't think about me at all that day. It's your choice. But if you do want to join me, please let me know, because I think we should get bulk tickets from the Andy Warhol Museum and maybe even reserve a spot if they take reservations for lunch at the brewery, because we'd be a larger group. But again, completely your choice. Just please let me know if you think you're going to be joining me. All right. So we get back from City is Text. Now, There is a City as Text reflection, which is like a group discussion, debriefing about the day. It's great. It's been fantastic when I've been there to get there, but I'll tell you, if you have a full day out in the city, it's hard to get back for 3:30. I probably will not get back by 3:30 because Emo's exhibit doesn't open until 3. So I'm planning on probably skipping the reflection, and therefore I'm making this event optional for you as well. The time I do want to see you, if I haven't seen you all day, because you went and did your own City as Text thing, which is awesome, and I totally think you should do that. We are all going to meet back up at 7 p.m. for the student art show. And you're going to be dressed in your nice conference clothing because the art show really kicks off the formal part of the conference. And directly following the art show is the keynote address and a banquet sit-down dinner. What we learned last year is if you want to get a table where we can sit together, you need to get there early, but also if we want to branch out and make new friends and sit with people we didn't come with, we can do that. And then we don't have to worry about getting there early. But everyone is required to go to the art show and the banquet and keynote address. That night after the keynote address, there's just another student event, an open mic night. Again, these student events are completely optional. You use your time how you want to use it. Just be smart and safe. So Saturday, we wake up nice and early, and Saturday is our presentation day. So there will be continental breakfast, first come, first serve. So once it's gone, it's gone. Last year, you know, there were like some hot items, but a lot of, you know, muffins and bagels and pastries and coffee and juice and yogurts and things like that. So ideas exchange happens at the same time as breakfast. Poster session happens at the same time as breakfast. They're all kind of in the same place. You can like take breakfast to go, grab a coffee, sit and have a little bite, and then walk around, see the posters and the ideas. Haley is presenting at the ideas, and both Katie and Dan are presenting their posters this morning. So I would love to see that support. Make sure that we all go to see each other, cheer one another on. That's what this is all about. And also get to see the other work from the other honor students. So that brings us into session 1. In session 1, Abdullah is giving a talk in the room called Brighton 4. Then we go into session 2. In session 2, none of our Westfield State people are presenting. So, you know, maybe you just go to something that you're interested in. You look at the conference schedule, you find a topic you want to hear more about, and go to that. And then there'll be a luncheon and a presidential address. So again, food will be provided to you. It's like a sit down served situation, and we'll sit together or not, whatever we decide to do. There is a little gap between the luncheon and presidential address and the session 3 presentation. You'll see like the luncheon ends at 1:30 and the next session is at 2:50. I think in between there's like meetings. There's a student caucus meeting and there's a faculty meeting. This is also a great time to take a nap or just like rest or relax or phone a friend or send a Snapchat or whatever you need to do just to like check in with yourself. And it can be a lot. It's a go, go, go kind of day. So this is like your downtime. All right. Session 3, Sam is presenting in the room called Elwood 1. Session 4, Kai is presenting in Hazelton room. All right. I'm very excited about this. I can't believe I was able to do it this kind of last minute, but I was able to get us a reservation for the patio for 9 people at the Hard Rock Cafe, which is just in walking distance from our hotel. And this is a celebratory dinner. This dinner is on us from the honors program. This is to celebrate you, the fact that you got your research accepted into a conference, that you were brave enough to put yourself out there and present it, meet new people, hear new ideas. So if you haven't been to a Hard Rock Cafe yet, you should check out the link here. You know, it's good old American fare, burgers, sandwiches, all the stuff we love, but it's also every Hard Rock Cafe is its own kind of like little rock and roll museum, and they'll have artifacts from famous rock and roll history and things like that. It's just a kind of a fun vibe. That night after dinner, if you want, again, another optional student event, the student gala. This year, the theme is the red carpet. And take it as you want, be as dressed up as you want, have fun. It's like a little bit like a, semi-formal, not formal dance with a DJ. And last year they had a photo booth, and I think the kids had a good time. So check it out if you want. Sunday morning, early checkout. Okay, so we have to check out before we actually finish the conference, because once the conference ends, we got to boogie. We got to get out of there. So I'm asking that everyone meet me downstairs at 8 a.m. for hotel checkout. That means everything is packed and ready to go, like you're ready to get on an airplane, but you are wearing a nice conference outfit. We'll go to the front desk, we'll check out of our rooms and leave our luggage there at the front desk. It'll be locked and, stored away. And then we'll go to breakfast and a second poster session where Kate and Brianna both have posters. And then the last thing is the awards ceremony and closing. We did submit this past fall's volume edited by Katie Egan of the Squirrel Squire for the publications contest. So we'll want to stay to hear the winner announced. And then we got a jet. We got to get right onto a lift. Again, probably need 3 large cars, get to the Pittsburgh airport as quickly as possible, check in for our flight. Our flight home is, again, a single straightforward flight, no stopovers, Delta flight 5691. We leave at 12:30, get into Logan at 2:06. We will collect ourselves, get off the runway, get into the airport. I'm hoping we are able to catch the 2:30 Logan Express bus. That might be a stretch. It might be more like the 3 o'clock. So either the 2:30 or 3 o'clock Logan Express, that'll bring us back to Framingham, where we parked the 15-seater van. We'll get in the van for a nice long drive home. If we're hungry, we can stop on the Pike, grab some food. And that should get us into Westfield State before dinner. So that's the plan. Make sure you don't have anything really scheduled for Sunday, because if any of this runs late, you want to give yourself that kind of wiggle room. Some things to do between now and then. Obviously, make sure that you have all your materials ready for your presentation. This includes a poster, a presentation in PowerPoint slides, handouts, anything physical that you want to bring as a item for your round tables, whatever it is, please make sure those are ready. And let us know if you need resources or help or feedback. Take a picture of your vaccine card, put it on your phone. They're not being very strict about requiring proof of COVID-19 vaccines ahead of time this year. This is a copy-paste language from the website. It's very vague about whether or not they will require it. So I think if you have it, make sure you have a picture of it. If you don't have it, be prepared to take a COVID test when we get there. That's the best we can do. Packing list, you're going to want a mix of casual clothing and nice conference clothing. You'll want a day bag and some good walking shoes for the Citius Text Day. You'll need to bring all your presentation tools, of course, sleepwear, toiletries. I suggest a light jacket. Make sure we're checking the weather the week leading to, so we know if we need, umbrella or raincoat, things like that. Cash, credit card, debit card for food purchases, museum tickets, public transportation, and those things to be nice and cozy and prepared for the plane ride. I think that's it. So those are all the travel logistics, where we're going to be, when we're going to be there, how we're going to get there. You do not need to memorize this. I will be with you every step of the way. As long as you want to stay with the group, I will guide you through where you need to be at any given time. But it's always nice to know that way. If you are feeling a little bit more confident and want to be a little bit more independent, you have that option. So like I said, if you have any questions, please just feel free to email me. And otherwise, make sure I have your poster printed. If you're one of the people that need the poster printed, make sure we have your handouts printed if you're one of the people doing handouts. And I think I'll just see you on March 30th, if not between now and then. So I'm so excited to travel with you. Can't wait. Can't wait.